Greetings, pop pickers, and welcome to my latest musing on a classic rock and pop topic. Thanks for watching. One of the oddities of 1970s rock music was the talk box. Now, in this era, the search was always on by musicians to find ways of manipulating the sound of their instruments, and new effects were coming out all the time. The talk box manipulates the sound of an instrument, typically a guitar, but often a keyboard, by applying vocal modulations, speech like sounds as it were, onto the output of the instrument. Now, I'm not going to go into all the technical jiggery pokery that makes this happen, but ultimately it's done by using an airtight plastic tube which is inserted into the musician's mouth, and then they manipulate the tube using their teeth, their lips, etc. And voila, the output of their instrument is modulated. Now, although the idea had been around since the 1940s, the first talk boxes capable of live concert use appeared in the late 1960s with the Bag and then the Heil talk box. Musicians such as Jeff Beck, Dave Gilmour, Pete Drake, Eric Clapton, Steve Tyler, Jeff Lynne, and Stevie Wonder were all regular talk box users. So without further vocal modulation by myself, here are my 5 personal favourite classic rock talk box tunes. In at number 5 are one of the classiest acts in rock, Steely Dan with Haitian Divorce. The Dan were masters at using the best session musicians to sprinkle fairy dust on their classic compositions, and on this radio-friendly hit from the Royal Scam album, 2 of their favoured session players combined to produce the talkbox guitar lines and solos. Dean Parks and Walter Becker. Parks laid down the original unadulterated guitar work, and later Becker used the talkbox to transform this guitar into something very distinctive and recognisable, turning an otherwise merely pleasant song into a catchy classic. At number 4, The Zoo by the Scorpions. One of my favourite metal bands and one of the best live acts I've ever experienced, German metal giants the Scorpions cut this threatening, slightly sleazy classic set in New York City on the 1980 album Animal Magnetism. Matthias Jabs adds to the grimy city feel of the song with a superb talkbox solo. Magnetism indeed. In at number 3 are Nazareth and Hair of the Dog. Title track from their 6th album, Hair of the Dog has become a beloved classic rock radio standard and inspired multiple cover versions, not least of which was Guns N' Roses. The Scottish hard rock legends made perhaps one of the most original choices to hook the talkbox up to by using a set of bagpipes. Gravel-voiced frontman Dan McCafferty squeezed the pipes to manipulate Manny Charlton's lead guitar lines, turning this song into a real son of a bitch indeed. Coming in at number 2, Peter Frampton and Do You Feel Like We Do. Curly-haired fret melter Frampton was a live favourite on the US rock circuit in the early 1970s, although he only had modest success with his studio albums. One of the tracks he cut in 1973 for the Framptons' Camel album, this song became an absolute monster played live, with several extended solos, including major use of the talkbox. Frampton had been gifted a talkbox by Bob Heil in 1974 and became something of a master at its use. And it played a big part in the Frampton Comes Alive set, and its distinctive sound was a significant part in making that album a massive seller in 1976. Do You Feel Like We Do is a hypnotic masterpiece with an extended, funky talkbox solo by Frampton. Brilliant stuff. And straight in at number 1, Joe Walsh with Rocky Mountain Way. Former James Gang and future Eagles plank spanker Walsh was intimately involved in the building of Bob Heil's first talkbox. Heil and Walsh's guitar tech Crinkle built a talkbox for Walsh's Barnstorm tour, and Walsh wasted no time in extensively using this effect on Rocky Mountain Way. Not only an album track on The Smoker You Drink, The Player You Get LP, but a song that is still a live staple of his to this day. The extensive live talkbox solo adds a futuristic sound to this slow-burning rocker and turns it into a real barnstormer, pun intended. Well, the talkbox talk has to stop sometime, so this solo is at an end. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing. I appreciate it very much. I will be back soon with another classic rock video. Till then, stay well and keep on rocking.